Anomalies were descending on the world when I got thrown into a horror dungeon. The dungeon's final boss turned out to be more of a lovesick idiot than I was. The moment he saw me, he practically begged to be my personal simp. Wait, we're doing that already? Welcome to the Asylum 7. Poor patients live here. They long to live like normal people. As their attending physician, you should be able to help them, right? Instance participants. 7. Difficulty. A main mission. Cure your patients and return them to normal. I opened my eyes to a stark white wall. A length of silver chain lay in the corner of the room. At the other end of the chain, my gaze lowered to the boy kneeling at my feet. He wore a blue and white hospital gown. Blood streaked his face and hands, though the wounds somehow didn't make him look pitiful. They only added a wicked edge to his beauty. A face like his was born to sit on a throne, yet here he was, kneeling at my feet, making the most humble request. Doctor, can you be my master? Me. This is moving a little fast. Behind my back, the barrage exploded. Look at him. The mighty final boss is willing to be the third wheel. Sorry, sweetie, but our girl already has 2 anomalies in line. Even if he's the boss, he still has to take a number. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the walking anomaly boyfriend magnet. You newbies don't get it. This monster's delusion is, I'm a pet. That's literally his mental illness. The last player who agreed to be his master got swallowed whole. Let's see how this one ends for our girl. And if she rejects him, he gets angry and kills people anyway. Same outcome, different flavor. The air felt charged, hormones spiking fast. That familiar dryness hit my throat again. My eyes felt glued to his face. I couldn't look away. I'd experienced this before. There was a dungeon once, Rose Manor. The feeling was exactly the same as when I ran into Zero and Jackson back then. The moment I lock eyes with an anomaly that fits my taste, my stupid love-struck brain starts overheating on its own. But this doesn't seem appropriate. Even a hopeless romantic like me had some professional ethics. Doctors shouldn't date their patients. You'll find someone else who can be a great owner for you. There were 6 other players in this dungeon besides me. Surely one of them wanted a pet. The boy stared straight at me, unblinking. Since I was determined to find him a better home, I needed to show some sincerity. I pulled out a clipboard and pen from my coat. Let's start with the basics. Why do you want to be a pet? Bad childhood? Dad gambles? Mom's sick? Younger brother in school? Family falling apart? Family falling apart my foot. He's the one who makes other families fall apart. The way her brain works is incredible. She's dragging a boss-level monster into her romantic soap opera. Look at him. He's hesitating. She actually derailed him. He didn't attack like he usually does. What a pet whisperer. Legendary. Don't forget, he eventually loses control and goes full beast mode. When that happens, no one survives. And as his attending physician, she gets eaten twice. My intake questionnaire was a complete failure because he had no idea who he was. He didn't even know his own name. When I brought him to the lobby for roll call, only 3 players were left. 3 others had been killed the moment the instance began by their own patients. That bad? I muttered, then paused because something felt wrong. If they're dead, who's in charge of the patients they were assigned? The answer was no one. Everyone already had their hands full with their own unstable anomaly patients. Nobody was volunteering to adopt someone else's nightmare. And when an unassigned monster roams free, nobody knows what it might do. A man with a scar across his cheek let out a sharp laugh and looked me up and down like I was trash. You should take them. Isn't seducing monsters your specialty in every dungeon? He smirked and leaned in. Tell me, which one was better in bed last time? The one in red? Or that pretty boy with the mole under his eye? He was talking about the 2 anomalies who stayed with me until the very end in the Rose Manor dungeon. One was Jackson in the red coat, hot-headed and reckless but completely devoted to me. The other was Zero, the one with the tear mole, gentle on the surface, quietly dangerous underneath, always protecting me without making a big deal out of it. After the last dungeon closed, they followed me back to the real world, but anomalies aren't allowed to stay there for long. Before I knew it, they were forced to disappear. I'd been thinking about them ever since. He clicked his tongue. Must be nice, being that desperate. Do you sleep with anything that has a— No, I said calmly. I'm allergic to ugly. The scarred man choked on his words.